Hi, Don Schellenbecker, Peak Performance Training. Today we're going to look at ankle mobility. Now ankle mobility, that's that first line, that first joint we get from the ground up that is going to play a role and have an effect on everything else above it. Now basically all of our joints, we look at having an effect on the joint above and the joint below. Now the joint above our ankle is our knee. Our knee is a stability joint. Now if our ankle lacks mobility, a lot of times we end up having knee pain. And then same thing as if our knee starts to lack some stability, then all of a sudden it can affect our hip and so on and so forth. And we'll go through some different mobility exercises as we move forward. Today we're looking at ankle mobility. All right, we're going to show you two different ankle mobility movements that you can go through. Two different patterns to increase that mobility in the ankle. First things first is we're going to get into a half kneeling position. Okay, not only are we going to look at ankle mobility, but we're also going to look at increasing some mobility through our hip flexor as well. Okay, in order to increase that hip flexor mobility, what I want you to do is drive that back knee into the ground. It's going to activate your glute, and you're going to get a little bit of a release in that hip flexor. But what we're looking at in that front leg, because we're looking at increasing this ankle mobility in this front, is that we're looking at taking this dowel or a stick, broomstick, it doesn't matter, putting it on the outside of that pinky toe. And then what we're going to do is we are going to drive our knee to the outside of this dowel, maintaining heel in contact with the floor, trying to get this knee as far out in front of that toe as possible. Once we can't go any further, the heel starts to come up, we just kind of rock back, right back into it, drive it forward, rock back. The reason we go outside of this dowel is because if we go inside, our foot tends to flatten out and it takes away from what we're trying to get. So remember, in mobility exercises, mobility patterns, we're trying to increase mobility through dynamic movements. This isn't static stretching, so we're not going to hold. We're going to get in to that movement and then release and come back, and get in and release and come back. We're going to do this on both sides. All right? And then the next one we're going to do is standing, so you should be able to see this. Is we're taking a half foam roller. We're going to get our feet up on this half foam roller. You can do this with a bunch of different slide boards, different stuff. What we're going to do from this position is we get into some ankle flexion, something to hold on to, and all you're going to do is just drive your knees forward and then release them. Drive them forward and release them. Just getting as much mobility as I can and coming back. We can also point our toes out a little bit, go through that pattern, as well as pointing our toes in and going through that pattern. Now remember what our goal is: increase mobility in the ankle. We increase mobility in the ankle, we're going to improve all of our movements. We're going to get people faster. We're going to get them more explosive. You're going to have a lot less knee pain. All right, your movements are just going to be a lot cleaner. A lot of it starts with the lack of mobility in the ankle. Go through these basic mobility exercises in your ankle every single day. Take a couple minutes at the beginning of your workout after you go through your normal dynamic warm-up routine. Take yourself through these patterns and you're going to see a big improvement, less knee pain, and we're going to start off that whole kinetic chain with the correct amount and the ideal amount of mobility in your ankle. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.